I think some of the more exciting things that have happened were like how close I got to some of the faculty. I don't think I was expecting to get really close to them, especially because of big class sizes, and they would constantly be in their lab doing research. But they've been so helpful every time I've went to office hours. They were really, really nice to me. And they did a really good job making me feel more acclimated to the class.
The faculty are incredibly supportive and really want to work with you. So when I was applying for the Woodrow Wilson program, I worked really closely with the director of my lab to think about a project, to write and refine a proposal, to map out a timeline. And she was really ready and willing, despite all of her other obligations, to help me out with this, which I think is really special about a lot of the faculty here. And I know many people who've had an experience like that.
Get to know the faculty. Those are going to be the most meaningful interactions that you have in college. And those are going to be connections that you carry with you beyond college. Take that time to discover what you're actually interested in doing. You don't know half as much as you think you know. Give yourself the chance to learn more about what's out there.
On Democracy Day, I met a professor who was giving like a speech. She had actually written a lot of the books I was super familiar with. And I went up to her after and I was like, Professor Mason, I think your work is amazing. I like nerded out completely. And she was like, this is awesome. She's like, set up a meeting with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a freshman. Like I'm setting up a meeting with like my like idol. So I set up the meeting, I moved forward, and she offered me a research position.
So I work on the NASA Curiosity rover that's currently driving around Mars. I have several undergrads working with me in my lab. I have one student who's currently a team member on the Curiosity rover, working with me on some of the data to measure gravity on the rover. What I want to do is bring the students into the active research process and give them daily updates on what scientists are actually doing and the questions they're trying to answer. And so that's one way I try and bring the dynamic research environment into the classroom.